Let's go see what Elder Maxwell has to say. Some stuff you can, Matt. Others you can't. If it's yellow, the only option is to scrap it.
Now that you've familiarized yourself with the Prydwen's crew, are you ready for your next assignment, brother?
Yes, Elder.
Good. Let's get right to it then. Shall we? Take a look over there. That's Fort Strong. And it's infested with super mutants. Having those aberrations of nature close enough to smell is making me sick to my stomach. To make matters worse, they're sitting on top of a massive stockpile of Fat Man shells we could use in our campaign. I want you to head over there, wipe out everything that moves, and secure that stockpile. Understood?
What do these shells do?
The Fat Man launcher is an essential part of the Brotherhood arsenal. It's a miniature nuclear payload in a man-portable format. A squad of troops armed with one of these is virtually unstoppable. If you ever have the pleasure of firing one, allow me to give you a word of advice. Don't fire one of them in close quarters. There won't be enough of you to bury in a shoebox. That enough to go on?
Super mutants? I thought the enemy was the Institute.
Super mutants are no better than Sentinels. They're a reminder of man's folly when it comes to harnessing technology. Whether it's using biochemistry to manipulate genes, or trying to create life from a bunch of circuits. It's the wrong path for science. As members of the Brotherhood, it's our sworn duty to exterminate these abominations in every form. So, can I count on you to get the job done?
Consider it done.
Look, I realize you're eager to take the fight to the Institute, but it'll have to wait. The Brotherhood cannot allow those abominations to have a nuclear arsenal at their fingertips.
It'll be a pleasure to exterminate that mutant filth.
Now, we have a vertibird on standby, fully armed, and ready to depart. Use it to carry our message to Fort Strong, and wipe those dirty mutants from the face of the earth. Dismissed.
Board the vertibird! The vertibird! Yeah, the car shop, I feel, is, like, what you're supposed to use for just your normal, like, stuff.
From above. It's the only way to fly.
Welcome aboard, Knight. Instruments are green, and we're cleared for release.
Having the Prydwen moored above the airport keeps the Brotherhood within striking distance of the city.
Hey, that's my settlement over there. When he said, hey, there's the fort, I'm like, what? I can't see anything because my render distance isn't that far. Oh my god, that's a fucking behemoth.
Primary target down. Look at that thing bleed. I'm gonna find a place to
Deals double damage if target is at full health. This place is pretty irradiated.
Proceed carefully. These fortifications may still be inhabited.
Fuck those behemoths. This should be interesting. I imagine there's a lot in here. I would hope there would be anyway. If there's a behemoth standing outside.
Getting hungry.
Watch your step. There's quite a bit of debris here.
By debris, do you mean human flesh? Because that is... every time.
Nice.
Remain vigilant. This place may appear abandoned, but that doesn't mean we should drop our guard.
I'm not, and there's literally people screaming at you.
Sweet.
Judging from the amount of dust present, it's safe to assume we're the first people to investigate this location in quite a while.
Heads up.
Go ahead. Well, let's see what you've acquired.
Ooh. He's got a fusion core. If I take that, will he not be able to move? No, he still
Heads
can.
up.
Ready.
Okay, just... clearly he doesn't. I think it's mostly junk that I have. He should be able to hold a lot. As of today, Command Force is passed to me. I'm looking forward to helping the U.S. Army test some experimental weapons systems facility. I've already had the men preparing the island for testing operations by tearing down the old barracks and constructing a simulated town. Since you'll be fighting the enemy on the urban front, I think best way to test these... Oh, so that's why everything's irradiated outside. Been testing a new batch of T-51 power armor suits that the Army Corps engineers just roll out the assembly line. I'm impressed with the amount of protection they afford our soldiers, yet allow a great deal of mobility. Most of the soldiers are still having trouble jumping in and out of these things because of the suit's weight. They often tip over on hard landings. I've had the maintenance boys take a look, and they're suggesting adding a gyroscope, shock absorbers to the lower torso. I'll pass it on to the chain and see if I can get Washington to spend the extra money it'll cost us for the modification. They're starting to heat up overseas, so Washington's pushing us to cut our project turnaround times in half. I told them it would be dangerous, but it seems like we don't have much choice. I just split my staff into Alpha Team and Bravo Team so we can work on 2 projects at the same time. Manpower will be reduced, but I'm convinced that it will still be able to maintain the new schedule. I'm going to put Alpha Team on the Power Armor, Bravo Team on new M42 Fat Man launchers. Alpha Team just shipped out first batch of T-51B suits front of China. Reports are already coming in. The suits are performing better than expected, chewing through enemy tanks and armor like they were paper. Word has it that some of the enemy troops are even surrendering when they catch sight of the Power Armor troops hauling their 5mm miniguns. I would too. Bravo Team has a heck of a time getting the M42s not to shoot far enough away from its firing position. The problem is that the warhead is still too heavy to fire the distance required, or simulated soldiers are still soaking far too many rads and suffering blast burns. One of the technicians has suggested a radical idea of using a conventional depleting subcharge to catapult around rapidly out of the launcher. His calculations look sound, so I'm going to let him give it a try. After a few design setbacks and the loss of one of our testing squads, we finally perfected the M42 launcher's firing mechanism. Washington has been riding me to wrap this project up, but with the weapon this potent, I was inclined to take my time. We sent the launches ahead to the supplier in Mississippi, and we're just waiting to go ahead to ship the warheads wherever they need to go. Hopefully we can get these nukes out of here before the month is out. I don't feel comfortable sleeping 20 feet above enough nukes to reduce this island to ash. Next time you go to the base, drop most of your extra aid. Yeah, that's where a lot of it comes from. I got a lot of food that I haven't... Ooh, hey, safe.
All right. Oh, there's something useful here.
Oh, hey, I leveled. I forgot. Going gun nut. Oh wait, that's... Yeah.
Nothing. Just a pile of junk.
That's right, I gotta find technical documents for that guy now. There's a baseball glove in the toilet? Okay.
What's that?
I don't. You got it. Wasn't I just in here? Pro snap camera? I don't know what that is. There's a lot of technical documents. I would not have... Ooh, cooking oil. Gotta get me some Nuka Quantum. Wonder how that would taste. They're still upstairs, so let's go check that out. Do you have leadership too? Yes, I do. No, food is not that big of a deal. It's the extra meds like Buff Out and Jet shit, which really does not seem like much, but stacks up.
Whatever
Yeah.
this thing was, it's been totally torn to pieces.
That's why I usually make the, What the fuck? Let me up there. That's why I usually make the, like, combo drugs.
If you keep hoarding that garbage, you're going to slow us down.
I mean, he's not wrong. I will slow them down. Whoopsie. Basement. Looking for base. There we go. Elevator. Did not see this.
Quite a bit of trash to pick through here. Searching through it could prove beneficial.
You just told me not to search through it.
There isn't much left to properly identify these remains.
Never mind, I can't scrap it. Thought I could.
What is it? A noise. I'm hearing stuff. A noise?
I think we're alone.
Hello? Someone there?
This equipment is here for a reason. Let's find out why.
I just looted his eye socket. Might have been a bit much. Did I have to do that? Probably not.
We should search this area carefully for any technical documentation or pre-war artifacts.
I'm looking. I don't see any though. Just a lot of jet.
Go and fight, human!
Over there!
How irradiated am I getting right now? Bravo team testing terminal. Things getting tough around here. Brock has decided to split our men into two teams. Drew one of the short straws, so I ended up on Batman team. Man portable mini nuke thrower that a trooper in the field is supposed to deploy at close range. I've been poring over the schematics and I have no idea how we're going to get this thing to throw a warhead far enough not to kill the soldier, unlucky enough to be stuck with this death trap. My thoughts exactly, buddy. We've stripped the warhead weight down as much as possible, but I think we're looking at this the wrong way. Instead of trying to reduce the warhead weight, we should try and amp the power of the thrower itself. I know that means adding weight to an already heavy piece of ordnance, but I don't think we have any choice. One of the guys suggested we try magnetics to push the warhead through like a railgun, but the power pack would need to be the size of a suitcase. We lost 2 good soldiers this morning. They were on the surface testing a MERV variant of the launcher when one of the warheads misfired and hit the ground right where they were standing. Poor bastards didn't even have a chance. We couldn't even find any remains, send home the folks, so Brock told us just to fill some cans with sand. I'll tell you, that guy doesn't give a crap about us. He's just worried about the brasses back in Washington giving him a hard time. I was in bed last night when I had one of those eureka moments. I ran over the night shift guys in the lab, swept all their drawings on the floor, and started sketching my idea. They must have thought I'd lost my mind. 6 hours and about 14 cups of coffee later, and I had it all mapped out. We'd use a small subcharge as the launching catalyst to catapult the warhead from the launcher. We'd have plenty of range, and the subcharge could be built into the warhead itself. Brock seemed to like the plan and gave us the go-ahead to prototype the device. I can't wait to try it out. It took the better part of a year and over 100 test firings, but the M42 is ready to be shipped out of the field. I can't believe I spent over a year on this single project. I feel pretty good knowing we're delivering a well-tested weapon to your own guys fighting overseas. Now it's over, I suppose Brock will move us on to something else, but for now I'm going to spend the rest of the month packing up these warheads to ship off base. Some medics. Ooh, safe.
Yes.
I can't really see well in power armor. So when I'm just like looking around. Oh baby. Takes me just a touch longer now that I'm in these. There's really nothing. That seems odd. You think there'd at least be the Fat Man like prototype launcher down here or something. Huh. I'm probably missing it somewhere, I guess.
Dance.
Look at this place. You must hate these mutants as much as I do.
Why the hate?
Why do you hate super mutants so much?
They're responsible for the death of a close friend, a Brotherhood knight named Cutler. So when you ask if I hate them, I say hate's too gentle a word. These monstrosities are just another example of man blindly taking a step forward, only to wind up stumbling 2 steps back. I've been fighting for years, trying to put a stop to this madness. And just when I thought we were getting the upper hand, along come the synths. I've seen what these super mutants do to people. Can you imagine what the synths would do to us if they ever got the upper hand? It would be Armageddon repeated. and maybe the end of everything that we hold dear. Look, I don't mean to bore you with my rhetoric. I just want you to understand how important these missions are.
Don't apologize. It reminds me why I'm doing this.
Thank you, brother. It's good to know you're taking my advice to heart. Anyway, that's enough of that. What's important here is that you got the job done and secured these warheads. You should head back up to the Prydwen and talk to Maxson. I'm sure he'll want to debrief you as soon as possible. Dismissed.
Can I fast travel up there? I sure hope I can. If not, then... ugh, it's gonna suck. Some weapons can completely disintegrate or gooify an enemy upon death. Don't worry, you can still retrieve any loot from the pile of ashes. Or puddle.
Might want to have Knight Captain Cade take a look at that injury.
Outstanding work at Fort Strong, soldier.
What happens at Fort Strong now?
Paladin Danse is supervising the transfer of the Fat Man warheads to the Prydwen. They'll provide quite an edge to our arsenal. I've also ordered a detachment to occupy the location, and use it as a staging area to protect the eastern side of the airport. All in all, you handed us quite a valuable location.
It was an honor fighting for the Brotherhood.
I'm glad you feel that way, because our mission here has only just begun. In order to bring the Institute to its knees, we need to use every weapon at our disposal. I try to supply my soldiers with the best. That's why I'm giving you these. Signal grenades can call a vertibird to your location when you need aerial transport. Simply throw one to the ground, and the vertibird will hone in on the unique electromagnetic smoke it emits. Once you're aboard, use the map on your Pip-Boy to interface with the pilot's navigation system, so he'll be able to take you wherever you need.
Where can I get more signal grenades?
I'd use the supply I gave you sparingly. These devices are far more complex than the standard smoke grenade. Should you need more, you should acquire them from Proctor Tegan.
Will the vertibird stay and help me fight?
I'm afraid I can't spare a fully armed gunship for this task. A standard transport will have to suffice. Of course, nothing's stopping you from using the door gun while in flight.
Thank you, Elder. I'll make good use of them.
I expect that you will. Now, I'm sure you're aware that Fort Strong was simply the first step towards the liberation of the Commonwealth. An even greater task lies ahead. By now, I'm sure you've deduced that our arrival in the Commonwealth wasn't coincidental. We're here because of a unique energy reading recorded by Paladin Dance's recon team. According to our scribes, the reading indicated a level of technology that only the Institute could achieve. The moment this information came to light, our mission became clear. The Institute, and everyone responsible for the creation of the synths, must be eliminated at all costs. To accomplish this goal, we need to locate the Institute's headquarters. I've had our scribes meticulously searching the Commonwealth, but they've come up empty-handed.
Where do I start?
I want you to get out there and become our eyes and ears on the ground. You seem to have a vested interest in locating the Institute before we met, so I'm confident you'll travel in the right circles. If you discover a way in, I need you to report it to me immediately. Any questions, Knight?
any suggestions where I should look next?
I'd pursue your lead regarding Dr. Amari. I'm not certain if she's a crackpot, or if she can genuinely assist your search. But our sources say she has some interesting technology at her disposal. Anything else, Knight?
What about those energy readings that Paladin Dance's recon team detected?
Our scribes are confident that the energy readings are from Institute technology, due to the unusually high frequency. But the source is unknown. We're still detecting them on occasion. But by the time we send a team to investigate, they disappear. Just watch your step. I wouldn't be surprised if the energy reading were caused by some type of Institute weapon. Is there anything else?
Aren't there any pre-war records about the Institute that might help us?
Our records indicate that the Institute was born from the remnants of a pre-war educational facility. The Commonwealth Institute of Technology. The ruins of the facility are at the center of the city, but we've already searched them thoroughly. The location appears to have been abandoned long ago, so it appears that the trail ends there. Anything else, Knight?
Not right now, Elder.
Very well then. Dismissed.
So keep doing what you're doing and we'll figure it out from there. That's pretty much what I heard.